this kick. It's a high kick. Brown's going to take it at the 3. He's across the 10, 15 to the 20. Cuts it outside to the 21, 22-yard line goes Calvin Brown. A good return, Jerry. He'd had nothing in the middle and made a nice move outside and around it. Floyd, the tight end, lined up on the right side. Fowler calling it out. 4-3 by Northwest. Here's Fowler on the option. Going to be hit, dropped by Dominique Cook for a 2-yard loss back at the 1-yard line. Dominique Cook came in untouched and a 2-yard loss. To the right side, going to keep it a big run here. 30, 35, 40, 35, at the 47. Here's Fowler. Uses the population running room up the middle across the 50.
Number 30, Dustin Thompson on the carry.
3 to the right. Fowler looking over the defense. Here's Fowler. Going to keep it, pitch back to Van Hoos. He fumbled the ball. It's on the ground, and Northwest picks it up. Aaron Dunlap has it at the 35, 30, 20, 15 to the 10, breaks a tackle, 5, touchdown, Aaron Dunlap for Northwest Whitfield. Van Hoos fumbled it on the pitch, and Dunlap picked it up and raced it 50 yards for the Dunlap will try the extra point. The kick is down, it is up, and it is good, but a penalty marker on the play.
Now a whistle.
Penalty flag.
Beeson waiting, another penalty marker on the play. This one might be against Murray County. It's going to be offsides against Murray County. Good snap. Dunlap gets his foot in the football and kicks it over the net, and it is good. With 9:44 to go here in the first quarter, Aaron Dunlap runs a fumble back 50 yards. Northwest 7, Murray County nothing. We're back in 30 seconds.
Northwest on top. Aaron Dunlap with a PAT. 7-0 Northwest on top. 9:44 to go in the first quarter.
Dunlap will tee it up. Back deep will be Van Hoos and Calvin Brown. And Murray County, after a couple of plays, seemed like they were moving the football, and then the fumble. Here's the kick. Dunlap gets his foot in the football. It's Van Hoos at the 2. Van Hoos to the 10, 15, 20. Has a running room to the 30, and he trips and falls around the 33-yard line. Charlie Van Hoos had a nice opening right up the middle, and he tripped at the 33. So Murray County will have their second offensive series. So Murray County first down at their own 33. Lone setback is Thompson. Fowler under center. The 33 takes it. 2-step drop. Across the middle. It is to the side. Incomplete. Somebody ran the wrong route. I don't know if it was. He looked to the right. Van Hoos kept going, and the pass fell about 10 yards short. Brown in the game. He will come split to the left. Tight end Floyd lined up on the left side. Here's Fowler. Takes it. 2-step drop again. Same play. This time Van Hoos in and out of his hands. Incomplete. Had Van Hoos open at the 40, Jerry. If he catches it, it's a first down, but he Statham to the left. Reed to the right.
Murray County wants a timeout.
And Murray uses a timeout. Murray County came out in that first drive, had something going. Murray defense for Northwest struck with a 4 Murray County. Spot will be Thompson over to his right side. Fowler has plenty of time looking, going downfield, has a man open. It's Thompson's got it. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Murray County. A 67-yard pass from Blake Fowler to Dusty Thompson. Untouched coming out of that slot, Jerry. Just find a seam right in the middle of the field, and Fowler hit him in stride.
Well, Perry, I told you a while ago, Northwest playing 8 up in the box. And the fullback just snuck through the line and got behind the linebackers in a perfect throw by Blake Fowler. And Dusty got hit. Looks like Dominic Cook hit him, but he broke that tackle and got in for that touchdown.
So Anderson will try to tie the game. It's 7-6. Good snap from center. Anderson's kick is up and on the way, and it is good. With 9:15 to go in the first quarter, Northwest 7, Murray County 7. We're back in 30 seconds. So Statham will kick it off. Always dangerous. Andrew Knuckles back deep at around the 5-yard line. It's Knuckles. He's flanked by Stewart and Crowder. There's the whistle. Here's the kick. High kick. It's going to go, rolls out of bounds, so Northwest will start more than likely at their 35-yard line.
We're tied at 7, and Northwest is yet to run an offensive play.
Wide here to the right side, and Stewart to the left. Here's Cole under center. Pitch back to Knuckles. Knuckles stops. He's going to throw a long pass. On the option, it's up in the air. It is incomplete. Now penalty marker down. Penalty marker down is going to be more or less Jerry face guard on the defensive back of penalty marker. Try to hit Beeson, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Well, that's a terrible call. Let's just go ahead and call it like it is. A terrible pass, and the pass was short, and
on the play.
I've seen more pass interference called in high school football on one team this year than I ever have in watching football.
So first down for Northwest. Pitch back to Knuckles going to the left side. Has some running room to the 45. He is hit around the 44-yard line. Goes Andrew Knuckles, a 6-yard pickup.
Student body left, got the pitch to the left side, and Andrew he's trying to find a crease in there, and he's very capable of finding that crease and getting it.
Stevens, the quarterback, split wide to the left side. Cole, the starting quarterback, in the center. Give it off to Knuckles. Counter play. He's going to hit it line. A penalty marker down. It's going to be a face mask on Murray County, but Knuckles picks up a yard or so on the play. But there's 2 markers down, Jerry. I saw one coming in, maybe a hold, and then a face mask.
Well, yeah, the Murray defensive player, not sure who it was, came across and had the play stop, looked like momentarily. When he reached up, Knuckles grabbed the face mask, and I'll call him like I said.
That's definitely a face mask there.
That's a face mask, a good call.
But in a hold, it's offsetting penalties. It's going to be, I saw the first flag come in before the face mask, Jerry, from behind, so it's going to be a hold on Northwest.
You reach and grab it. You grab too high, you drop the face mask.
Stevens lined up on the wrong side. Now he goes split to the left side. No. Here's the handoff to Day. He is hit at the line, and he is dropped for a 2-yard loss. Who was that? Picklesheimer in on the stop, Jerry, I believe.
Yeah, he just read the flow. They were pulling the guards and the tackles. He got in their back pocket and met them.
Here's Stevens. Fakes, looking. Under some pressure out in the flats. It is incomplete. Good pressure out there on the quarterback, I believe. Cody Haney. So to bring up a 4th down for Northwest. That was the key. Good snap from center. Here's the kick, a high, wobbly spiral. Van Hoos takes it at the 7, to the 10, to the 15, and he is knocked down at around the 14-yard line. Charlie has it do over. He lets it go in the end zone. Statham and Reed to the left side. High backfield behind Blake Fowler. It's Thompson and Van Hoos looking over the 4-3 defense. Here's Fowler. Takes it. On the opposite, pitch back, Van Hoos, running room, 20, 25, cuts it back, 30. He fumbled the ball, picks it up to the 35, to the 40-yard line goes Charlie Van Hoos. A 27-yard run by Charlie Van Hoos, and very fortunate. He fumbled the ball, and it bounced right back in his hands and didn't even miss stride, Jerry. We were very fortunate. Unknown reason. High backfield behind Blake Fowler. Fowler on the option the other side. He's going to keep it. It's going to be hemmed up, knocked down at the 44-yard line.
Number 7, Blake Fowler keeps the ball.
By, it looks like Dunlap in on the stop for Northwest. Here on a 2nd down and 7 from the Murray 44. High backfield behind Fowler. Fowler, long count, takes it. Gives it to Thompson, trying the right side. He is knocked down by a host of Indians, or Bruins rather. Looks like Aaron House and Crowder in on the stop.
Stop the run.
Pass tied up. Reed left side. Seam to the right. Here's Fowler. Fakes under some pressure. Rolling to his left, fires out in the flats, has Thompson wide open. He's got it first down at the 41-yard line of Northwest, and Northwest very lucky there. If Thompson does not fall down catching the ball, Jerry, he's a long game for Murray County. Dominating this game offensively, but we're tied 7-7. 5 minutes to go first quarter. Two wideouts to the right. Here's Fowler. Going to keep it on the opposite. Has some running room. 35-30. Cuts it inside. 25-20. 15 to the 10. Driven out of bounds at the 7-yard line. They're going to mark it at the, 7 yard.
Well, you had excellent blocking out there. Again, Davenport, guard pulling, Dangler, Mark Floyd, and a good block downfield, and Blake just turned it on and
doing it, Fowler doing it in the air and on the ground tonight. He already has 143 yards of total offense. Here's Fowler under center. Takes it. Gives it to Van Hoos. Has the running room in the end zone. Touchdown, Charlie Van Hoos. A 7-yard run by Charlie Van Hoos. And Murray County goes out on front 13-7.
Here they ran the real play where they got blockers in front of them.
But good snap from center. Kick is up, and it is good. With 4:18 to go, first quarter. Murray 14, Northwest 7. We're back in play.
Van Hoos, Charlie Van Hoos, a 7-yard run with a touchdown PAT by Jim Anderson. Good, and Murray County now leads 14-7.
Him. And they're waiting for the whistle. And there it is. Here's the kick. I said it wouldn't, and it goes right to him at the 15, to the 20. 25, cuts outside to the 29-yard line. Good coverage by Murray County's kickoff team, and that was Mark Patterson in on the stop. And split wide to the right side. Northwest now goes with a two tight end set. Here's Day getting the handoff right up the middle. He's driving people, maybe a 5-yard pickup by Dusty Day. And this offense is not geared to come from behind. High backfield behind Cole. Hand it off to Knuckles, going to the left side, trying to find some running room. He's going to be very close to a first down. From here, it looks like he might have the first down, Jerry. He picked up about 6 on the play. You're like Haney on the stop for Murray County.
Well, you think that the Northwest defense, what I was told before the game, has not given up any points in the last 2 games, and only 7 against all tight players in our region.
And they stretch the chains. He's going to be just short. A couple of inches of the first down. So to the right side, Cole, quarterback sneak, has the first down. A 1-yard pickup by Jonathan Cole. It's a first down. Split wide to the right is Derek Long. 2 tight ends. Cole takes it, gives it to Knuckles, going on the left side, has some running room across the 50, still on his feet, fumble the football, picks it up to the 35-30, 25-20. Andrew Knuckles will go all the way for the touchdown. A 59-yard run by Andrew Knuckles. Good snap. Beeson gets it down. The kick is on the way, and it is good. With 2:30. Dunlap waiting for the whistle. Back deep is Van Hoos and Brown standing around the 5. Dunlap. Kick. Here's a high kick, and Brown will take it at around the 2 to the 10. Tried to go going to the outside to the 25. Hit. Still on his feet, gets to the 28-29-yard line. I believe Dunlap, the kicker, and Stewart got him, or 24-yard line rather, for Murray County. First quarter. Van Hoos split to the left along with Reed. Statham to the right. Dusty Thompson alone, set back behind. Fowler. Going to keep it on the option to the 30-yard line. Goes Blake Fowler, a pickup of 6 on the play.
Aaron House reached up, grabbed his shirt out of collar, and just about ripped his jersey off, pulled him down. One of their touchdowns on a fumble recovery, but that last drive, that last run by Knuckles, he's everything they said he was.
High backfield behind Fowler. Seen in Statham wide left. Here's the handoff to Thompson. A running room, first down across the 35 out to the 37-yard line goes Dusty Thompson, a pickup of 7. Yard line, 37 and a half. Statham, Reed to the left side. High backfield behind Fowler. Now tight end Floyd goes from right to left. Northwest flops their linebackers around. Here's Fowler. Want to keep it on the option. Pitch back Van Hoos. Has some running room to the 40. Breaks a tackle. What a move to the 46-yard line goes Charlie Van Hoos. He picks up about 8 on the play. Charlie Van Hoos made a nice move to avoid Dominique Cook and gets to the 45-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Down and 3 yards to go. Closing in on the first quarter. 35 seconds to go. Fowler under center on the second down and 3. Here's Fowler. A quick slant across the middle. Has Brown. He's got it. Breaks to tackle to the 32-yard line goes Calvin Brown. A little slant route. And that's a completed pass down to the Northwest 32-yard line.
Good play. Just hit the slant route. And
so Murray County first down and 10 at the Northwest 32-yard line. The game is tied 14-14. Late here in the first quarter. Might be the last play. Here's Fowler. Flag, markers down. That came from the linemen. Could be movement on Murray County. It is going to be on Murray County.
Here we go. 7-yard line.
Finley marks it back. House left. Van Hoos and Reed. One to the right side. Brown. Here's Fowler back to pass. Hits Van Hoos at the 30. He stiff arms and Crowder wraps him up at the 29-yard line. Good tackle by Crowder as he avoided that stiff arm, but nonetheless about a 7-yard pickup by Van Hoos. County 14, Northwest Whitfield 14. We're back in 30 seconds. Back here at Murray Field, 14-14 score. Jerry added some stats up unofficially at the end of the first quarter. Murray County had 226 yards of total offense. So Murray County has it second down and 8 at the Northwest, call it the 30-yard line. Thompson and Van Hoos, the running backs. Reed and Brown, wide outs to the right. Floyd goes from left to right from tight end. Here's Fowler on the option. Going to keep it, going to be hit at the line, drop. And Aaron House got him for maybe a yard loss for Northwest Whitfield. House came in untouched and got Fowler. Brown to the left, Statham to the right.
Need positive yardage because you'll go for it on fourth down.
Thompson turns around, says something to Van Hoos. Fowler takes it. On the option, reverse to Brown. Brown has the running room. 25, 20, 15, 14-yard line. That's a first down for Murray County. On the reverse, Calvin Brown, we'll see it at least once a game, and he gets all the way down to the 14-yard line. At 14-yard line, Murray marching again. Thompson and Van Hoos, the running backs. Fowler under center, takes it. Fumble the football, and Northwest has it. Northwest has it at the 12, 13-yard line. Northwest at their own 12 and a half.
Well, Randy Oxford
will have it. Cole brings them up. 2 turnovers, like you said, for Murray County. And hand it to Knuckles, trying the left side. He gets out to around the 18-yard line. 17-yard line, maybe 4 on the play. 6. The I backfield. Here's handoff to Knuckles. He's hit at the line, drop. Good play by Joe Picklesheimer from his nose guard. Just beat the center and hit Knuckles, slowed him down before some Murray host of Indians hit him. Maybe a yard pickup at most. Down and 5. Pitch back to Knuckles. Going to right side. He's darts it in, darts it out. Has some running room. First down out to the 29. A penalty marker down. A face mask going to be called on Murray County. So Knuckles picks up the first down.
Number 64, Cody Haney, penalty flag on the field.
Pick up around, Jerry, 13, 14 yards on the play.
About 10 yards, I believe. About 10 yards is where they got the ball marked. Murray
already watched about 5 penalties in this game. First down, they hand the ball to Day. Day's hit at the line, maybe a yard at most, and that plays to keep the interior honest. 1 yard pick.
That's not a bad scheme in itself.
High backfield here on the second down and 8. Here's Knuckles to the left side. He's going to be hit at the line, drop, maybe a yard. Look like Bijar in there on the tackle, along with Calvin Brown. Well, Northwest Murray County still tied at 14. Well, Murray County missed an opportunity a while ago with a fumble. 3rd down and 7 at the 48-yard line. Here's Cole, back to pass, rolling to his left, looking. Out in the flats, it is incomplete. Had the 45-yard line, he was open, but the closest target was the cameraman. Incomplete.
16, Aaron Dunlap.
Dunlap do the punting. Good snap from center. He's put in the football, a wobbly spiral. Van Hoos will take it at the 18, to the 20, 25 outside to the 30. Has a wall, 35, and slips and falls at the 37-yard line. Dunlap in on the stop, and Dominique Cook getting up very slowly for Northwest Whitfield.
That guy needs to be picking his shoes up and putting them back on because Charlie took him out of his shoes.
Wide now, this time to the short side of the field, to the right. Here's Fowler. Fumble the football, and Murray County jumps back on it. Does Blake Fowler. Big crowd here tonight. 2 wideouts to the left side. Fowler takes it, throws, looks, out in the flats. It is almost intercepted. Just out of the reach by number 20, Matt Keck.
Matt Keck, if the ball doesn't go through his fingers, off his fingertips, wouldn't want to leave this game, period.
Fowler up under center, 3rd and 11 at his own 36. Fowler pitch back to Van Hoos, fumble the snap. Van Hoos breaks the tackle, gets to the 46-yard line, goes Charlie Van Hoos. Fowler fumbled the snap out of the center. It'll bring up a 4th down. Van Hoos picked up about 4 on the play to bring up 4th down. Statham waiting on the snap. Good snap from center. Here comes the rush. Gets his foot in the football. A high wobbly spiral. Knuckles will come up and make a fair catch at the 28-yard line. Good kick by Northwest. Will have it with,
but they have 2 touchdowns.
High backfield. Here's Cole, pitch back to Knuckles, trying the left side, gets to the 30, breaks the tackle to the 35, goes Andrew Knuckles. A pickup around 7 on the play by Knuckles. Knuckles already 95 yards on 8 carries. Split wide to the left side goes Beeson and Sean Stevens. Edmondson, the handoff to Knuckles again. He tries to get the 1st down. He's going to be a couple of yards shy, maybe 2 yards on the play by Knuckles, trying just to go off right up the middle, rather, for a couple of yards.
3rd down for the Bruins.
3rd and 2, full play here. Cole takes it, gives it to Knuckles. He's going to be, from here he has the 1st down at the 40, just inside the 40, about the 39 and a half. From here, Jerry, I think he has the 1st down.
Yeah, I think he's going to have it by about half a yard.
Going to stretch it out, and it's going to be close, and he has it. It is a 1st down for Stevenson long to the right side. High backfield, 1st down at the 39. Hand it off to Day, breaks the tackle, gets to the 45, carrying one with him. Pritchett makes the tackle, but Day gets to the 47-yard line, an 8-yard pickup by Dusty Day.
Good run by Day, ran it.
Play. 3:40, clock running. Way to the right side is Stevens. Edmondson goes from left to right. The tight end. Here's the handoff to Knuckles, hit at the line, breaks a tackle, diving, and I believe he's going to be shy of the 1st down, maybe by a half yard. That from here, it looked like he got a good spot.
Well, I believe
he's going to be close.
Where we thought he got a bad spot a while ago, he might have got a good one this time.
So it might be another measurement. It is going to be another measurement. After 28 points put up in the 1st quarter. Here in the first half of play, it's 14-14. We're all tied. 2 wideouts to the right side. Murray County in that 4-5-3. Here's a pitch back to Knuckles, hit at the line, then dropped for a yard loss.
Number 3, Andrew
Springfield, I believe, got him.
Chase Pritchett in there also.
Side. It's 2nd down and 10. The ball at the 49-yard line. Clock running, closing in on 2 minutes here before halftime. Pitch back to Knuckles, trying the right side, cuts outside, hit, tripped up the line, penalty marker down. Could be a hold against Northwest. It is going to be a hold against Northwest Whitfield. So the Bruins, they're going to take the penalty.
Well, that's not what the coaches.
Crowder and Stevens Long comes over to the left. Crowder to the right side. Here's Cole back to pass. A draw play to Knuckles. Tripped up. Gets to the 41-yard line before he is knocked down. Give Joe Picklesheimer credit on that one. He held him up. He slowed him up.
He better hold him up because the coaches on that previous play were trying to get him to decline the penalty. So I knew he was going to get him.
So timeout Murray County with 1:23 to go. And they split long to the right now instead of Stevens. 3rd down and 19. Here's Cole. Just hands it off to Knuckles, and he's hit. Drop. Good play by Cody Haney. Maybe a 2-yard pickup, and Murray County wants a timeout, and they will get one.
That's their last one of the half. So we've seen some good football.
So it's 4th down. About 17 to go. Dunlap will do the punting. Van Hoos and Reed back deep.
Not a bad time for a fake.
Good snap from center. Dunlap just put in the football. Wobbly kick. Going to hit at the 33, roll out of bounds at around the 27-yard line. I knew you were going to say that. Van Hoos to the left, Reed to the right. Brown the tailback now with Thompson. Here's Fowler. Fakes to Brown, looks to the right, rolls that way, fires across the middle, has Floyd the tight end for the 1st down at the 39-yard line. Floyd, questionable for tonight's game, but that's a 1st down at the 39, a 12-yard pickup.
Foul mark across the middle, everybody clearing out. Good for the 10 yards, and now the clock will start after they set the chains.
1st down at the 39. Fowler from the shotgun. Looks, has some protection, fires out in the flats. It is underthrown, had man breaking open. That's Reed at around the 50, just underthrown, but he had some pressure coming from the right side. The Northwest Murray County tied here in the 2nd quarter.
Well, I know what Coach Napier is thinking. He's saying, boys, we just got to get her down there close. Let's kick a field goal. That's what he's trying to do.
Van Hoos splits to the left. Now Statham now is the tailback. They fake to him. Here's some pressure by Cook. Fires out in the flats. Has Thompson. He's got it. 1st down. I don't know what the flag's about. Might be an eligible man downfield, Jerry. I don't know. And let's see. It's going to be about an 8-yard pickup. I believe it's going to be an eligible receiver downfield. Oh, pass interference against Murray County.
Interference calls in high school football after what I've seen this season.
Statham wide to the right here on 3rd and 25. Fowler looks. Nowhere to go now. Fires it out of bounds. So to bring up a 4th down and 25, and Murray County more than likely punt. Well, they will punt the football now.
And I'm sure Knuckles will be back.
With 33 seconds to go, Statham will do the punting. His first one went 32 yards. Knuckles and Beeson back deep. Good snap from center. Here's the kick. It's a high. Lazy spiral. Beeson's going to a fair catch at the 47-yard line with 26 seconds to go. Cole takes a step, fires out in the flats. It is caught and hit and knocked down by Van Hoos. That was Crowder in on the stop. Van Hoos hit him. Northwest clock running, and they'll use it their last timeout.
In the backfield.
Knuckles and Beeson to the left side. Shotgun formation, Cole. Now they'll send Beeson in motion from left to right. Snap, Cole, back to pass looking. Under some pressure, and he throws in, intercepted and fumbled by Pritchett, and Murray County still on the ground. Let's see, who's got the ball? They're going to say, did Murray County have the possession last? They did. Murray County has the football with 2 seconds to go, so watch for the Hail Mary here in the Van Hoos. And Reed to the right side, Statham to the left. Northwest with about 5 defensive backs in the game. Fowler takes the snap. Looking, throwing long. And Van Hoos is tripped, and no penalty marker thrown. He was tripped at around the 10-yard line, Jerry, but it'd take a miracle for him to catch it. But that's the end of the first half with the score. Murray County 14, Northwest Whitfield 14. We're back after this 2-minute timeout.
Third period for halftime. The captain's at the middle of the field.
Well, Jerry, look, I was looking here. Northwest at 19, 20, 23 offensive plays, and Knuckles has touched the ball 14 times, 3 deep around the stadium.
Well, the only thing that I can say that would compare to it is a 95 game versus Dalton kid, and that's what you like to see.
So Statham will kick it off. Knuckles back deep. He's standing around the 6-yard line. Crowder, Ben Stewart there alongside of it. As Statham waits for the whistle. Here's the kick. It's a line drive kick. Knuckles takes it at the 9 to the 15, 20. He's going to be hit, knocked down at the 24-yard line. Picklesheimer got him. Joe just, I don't think Knuckles saw him coming. Wide to the left is Long and Beeson. Here's handoff to Knuckles, trying the left side, hit at the line, maybe a yard. Picklesheimer in again. Picklesheimer again on the tackle. Along with Springfield.
Craig Springfield read that play perfectly. He got around the big play, only a yard gain.
Over the center. Here's the pitch back to Knuckles. Going to the right side. He's going to fire a long pass for it. Outsin, incomplete, almost intercepted by Calvin Brown at the Northwest 45. He was fortunate. Good play by Brown.
Covering on the play, number 29.
29, excuse me.
48,
Dotson.
29 from where we're sitting.
Third down and 9. From the 25. Cole back to pass. Looks out in the flats. Incomplete. Tried to hit Knuckles. Sliding out of the backfield. He threw it incomplete, but he was under some pressure. What good call by the Northwest coaching staff. New players slow to get off.
Well, they had too many men on the line.
Good snap from center. Dunlap gets its foot in. Line drive kick. Van Hoos lets it hit, and he gets away from it, and he's going to roll dead at the 35-yard line.
And Charlie couldn't make up his mind.
So Murray County will have it. 1st and 10 at the 35. They're on their first series here in the second half after stopping Northwest. That was a big series there in that first series for Northwest here in the second half. Here's Fowler going to keep on the option. Gets to the 40-yard, well, just shy of the 40 before he is knocked down. And
He had the ball, did a swim move with his right arm with the ball in his arm, and
Murray County, Fowler under center, 2 wide out to the left. Fowler takes it, gives it to Thompson, going right up the middle, maybe 3 yards on the play forward by Thompson before he is knocked down by a host. Half, we'll call it 3 now for the first down. Ball at the 42 and a half. Here's Fowler on the option, going to pitch back. Van Hoos cuts, has the first down and more. 50, 45 to the 41-yard line goes Charlie Van Hoos. Made a heck of a move to cut it back inside, Jerry, when we thought it was hemmed in. Looked like the Bruins overran it, but Van Hoos had something to do with that.
Well, Blake drew the defense in, had 2 guys
line. We're all tied 14 to 14, but Murray County moving the football here in their first series in the second half. Fowler up under center. Takes it, rolls to his right, looks, fires out the play. It is caught and knocked down to Shaun Reed. The ball's going to be knocked down the 37-yard line. Not a big pickup.
Post pattern down the middle of the field. Watch for him to come back to that.
Ball's at the 37-yard line. Van Hoos will split to the left side, shotgun formation. Fowler back to pass, looks, has some time. He's going to be under some pressure. He's going to breaks the tackle. To the 40, 35-yard line goes Blake Fowler. He was grabbed back at the round. Broke off of that tackle and got positive yardage back down to the 30, outside the 35. Valencia in on the stop.
4 down territory, I believe, here if they get positive yardage.
So let's call it 3rd and 5. The ball outside the 35. Fowler again from the shotgun. Wide outs to the left, one to the right. And penalty marker down. Across the middle, here's Floyd. He's got it. First down, but a marker's going to be down at the 23-yard line. It's going to be on Murray County for motion movement. Van Hoos took off before the play was.
If the ball had been snapped, Mark delaying across the middle for the first down and a good run after the kick, and inside 5 yards to go if you don't get the first down on this play.
Reed and Van Hoos to the right side. Statham to the left. Low snap. Fowler picks it up under some pressure. Gets out of one tackle. Goes to the right. Gets out of another one. 40, 35 to the 30. He might have the first down. They step it out. He's going to be very close to a first down. I think he does have it, Jerry, from our angle. It's going to be, if it's on the 30, it's a first down. It is a first down for Murray County.
What a play. What a play. Blake Fowler back to pass. That's a rush, a little pressure from Valencia the end.
It's 14-14. Here's Fowler. Under center, gives it to Brown, going to the right side, breaks out of one tackle, breaks out of another one, gets down to the 22-yard line. A pickup, a tough 8-yard pickup by Calvin Brown.
Well, just the rip play up the middle. He would have been probably starting this.
Fowler. He went out left. Fowler back to pass, looks, pumps, fires long, towards the end zone for Van Hoos. He's got it. Yes! Charlie Van Hoos in the back of the end zone. Charlie Van Hoos got 1 foot down in the back of the end zone. And Dominic Cook arguing that he wasn't even in on the play. It was Crowder who was beating on the play. Dominic Cook was arguing. He was 10 or 15 yards from the play. And Murray County goes up 20.
Number 5, Jim Anderson to attempt the extra point.
Way out, Charlie had to run and just about ran out of real estate.
Anderson's extra point is on the way. Good. Look for a high short kick out of Anderson. He's looking towards his right at Aaron Dunlap. Here's the kick. It's a high kick. It's going to go out of bounds.
Into the cheerleaders. Not what you wanted, I don't
Anderson's
think.
kickoff goes out of bounds.
So Northwest will take over at the 35.
He laid it out there, and Charlie got after it.
Wide to the right side. 21-14, Murray County leading here in the third quarter. Pitch back Knuckles, a reverse to Crowder. Crowder takes it. Brown has him wrapped up and knocks him down back at the 28-yard line. Good play, Calvin Brown, and also Patterson in on the stop. But Calvin Brown made that one. He stayed at home.
A good play by Calvin. Assignment football. He stayed at home. And looked like he coming around. He might have
6, move it back to the 29-yard line. Beeson, Stevens to the right. Knuckles, the tailback. Day, the fullback. Murray County puts 8 in the box. They give it off to Day. He rumbles for about 3, maybe 4 yards out to the 32-yard line. Jerry, good defensive play. Murray County, and that interior is playing good in the middle of that defense.
have to run down the line and make the play.
Crowder and Beeson to the left, Stewart to the right side. Watch for a pass here on 3rd and 12. Cole up under center, takes it, looks to his left, rolls that way, fires out in the flats. It is caught, and he's going to be shy of the first down out to the 42-yard line. Driven out of bounds. Who's that? Jim Anderson, I guess, and Dotson.
Jim Anderson making the play over there. Not stand by. And Murray County needs to call timeout. I think we got too many people on the field.
And they do, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty and a first down. Too many men on the field for Murray County. And Murray is going to be a first down for Northwest as Murray had too many men on the field.
And Murray County, that time they were caught off guard by that late, that little scheme where they send the punt team on real late. Murray County trying to make changes and didn't get it. I did see one Murray player trying to signal for a timeout.
And what, the 5 yards, I believe, is it, or 15?
Our penalty will give Northwest Whitfield a 1st and 10.
So first down, 1st and 10, the ball at the 48-yard line after following the penalty. Keep this drive alive. Here's Stevens on the option, hemmed in, breaks a tackle, gets hammered at the 49-yard line, driven down by Chase Pritchett. Pritchett gave him the hard hit, and 2nd down and 7 now for Northwest at the Murray 49. Hand off to Knuckles, trying the running room, goes outside, and the flag down. This could be a hold. It's going to be a hold, I believe, on Northwest. He lost about a half a yard back to the 50, Jerry, and it's going to be a hold on Northwest, and that'll move them back 10 from that spot.
Well, Knuckles, the kid can stop, didn't get the number, but Cody was being held. 3 penalties for 30 yards on Northwest.
They'll split 2 to the right. Stevens, the quarterback in the game. I knew we'd see him. In motion comes Beeson. Pitch back to Knuckles. Knuckles trying the outside, breaks a tackle, gets to the 40, to the 43-yard line goes Andrew Knuckles. A pickup around 4 on the play by Andrew Knuckles.
Oh, you see him run. He gets option, or not option, but sweep to the left, and he's elusive and small.
Side, Beeson and Stewart to the left. In motion goes Stewart. Stevens rolls to his right, under some pressure. Looks, fires long, has a man there, incomplete. Breaking free was Stewart. He had got behind the defense, and Stevens didn't have that penalty that kept the drive alive did not hurt. Dunlap takes the snap. His foot in the football line, drive kick. Van Hoos lets it hit. He'll pick it up at the 15, breaks to the 20, has some running room, 25, 30, 35, 41, 42-yard line goes Charlie Van Hoos. And Murray County will start at the 42, Jerry, really 21 to 14. How would you like to have those two in the same back?
Ooh, my goodness.
Fowler under center. Takes the snap, on the option to the left. Cuts back. Going to be knocked down at the 40-yard line, a loss of a couple. Aaron House and I believe it was Moore, Brent Moore in on the stop.
Ran veer to the left that time, and Sean Young getting up, stretching a calf out. I'm not sure if he's been playing a lot of defense all season. Shoulder.
Statham to the left, Reed to the right, eye backfield. 1:10 to go. Murray County leading him in the third quarter by a touchdown. The penalty marker's down. It's going to be movement.
No. What it's going to be is a right guard, Picklesheimer, lined up in the neutral zone. You could see it from this angle here, and I'm not even looking down the line.
So it's going to be all sides against Wyman will come out of the game now.
And where they're trying to set up a certain play.
Van Hoos split way out to the left side. Fowler under center. 2 wideouts left. Fowler. Going to keep it. Has some running room. 40, 45, 47, 8-yard line goes Blake Fowler. He got about 13 out of the 17 yards. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Well, moves the ball downfield, comes around the right end, pulls.
Only 35 seconds to go here in the third quarter. The Indians up 21 to 14. 2 wideouts left. Fowler looking over the defense. Northwest with 9. Here's Fowler, option, pitch back, Van Hoos cuts back against the grain, ran into his own player, fell down back at the 49-yard line, maybe a yard on the play. He doesn't run into his own.
66, Shaun Young.
And he cuts back against the grain and unfortunately runs into Wesley Davis, and Wesley and I've seen Coach Napier go for it. I called him a riverboat gambler one time.
Well, the defense has played good all night except for one drive, and that was a long run, and Murray County's going to line up like they're going to go for it. And Fowler will bring them in up to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 2 to go. Fowler under center. Long count. And they're going for it. Fowler back to pass look. Across the middle has Floyd. He's got it. 1st down, Murray County at the 32-yard line. A heck of a catch by Mark Floyd at the 32-yard line. He made an outstanding catch, reaching, bad shoulder and all, and you couldn't tell he's hurt, Jerry.
Well, Barry, I can tell you he is hurt, and for him to get his arm up, his right arm up that high, that's a heck of a catch. Good protection by the offensive line of Murray County, and a big gamble by the Coach Napier, the riverboat gambler, and Mark made a heck of a catch down there for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the Northwest 32. Murray County moving. 21-14, they lead over the Bruins. Here's Fowler on the option. Going to pitch back Van Hoos. He cuts. 30. Outside 25. It's down to around the 23-yard line. He is very close to a 1st down. Nice move by Charlie Van Hoos. I've seen 2 good running backs here tonight in Knuckles and Van Hoos.
That's what you got to do. Let's see.
He might be short, Jerry, about an inch or so short. What?
And Davenport and Wesley Davis and the guards are pulling.
Here on the 23-yard line. 22, let's call it. Fowler takes it on the keeper. He's got the 1st down at around the 21. And Murray County keeps the drive going. That is their 13th 1st down.
Led by number 1, Dominique Cook.
Well, the best offense, or say it wrong again, best defense is a good offense, and as long as you've got your offense on.
So it's to the left. Same to the right, high backfield. Floyd tight end. Here's Fowler, back to pass, looking, going long for Joel Statham in the end zone. Incomplete. It's out of the end zone. Wouldn't have counted if he caught it anyway, Jerry. He was about through to the right. Statham to the left, high backfield. 21-14, Murray County leading, threatening for more. Here's Fowler, gives it to Thompson right up the middle, inside the 20 to around the 19 goes Dusty Thompson. Maybe 3 on the play, Jerry. That's just to keep him honest. Just like they give him a big hand as he comes off the field. And Brown, Fowler up under center, big play. From the 19, Fowler on the option, pitch back Van Hoos. Van Hoos slips down at the 20-yard line. It'll bring up a 4th down and 9.
Trying to cut it back inside, foot just slid out from under him. And so Murray County, I believe it'll be a little long for a field goal attempt. They'll have to go for it here, 4th and 9.
So Statham will bring the play in, leading 21-14. 2 wide outs right. Van Hoos wide out to the left side. Or the short side of the field. Fowler back to pass, rolling to his right, looks back left, fires into the end zone. It is incomplete. Penalty marker down and pass interference. Pass interference on Van Hoos. He had, I believe it was
triple coverage. You had
Keck riding his back, or Crowder.
Cook get the ball, and that's the first time this year I believe Murray's got a break on the pass, and they had a 4th down situation.
So 2 wide outs to the right side. Murray County just outside the 10. They can get a 1st down. 9:18 to go, Murray County leading. Here's Fowler on the option, pitch back Van Hoos, has some running room, cuts it back, and can't get away, gets that down to around the 8-yard line. I believe that was, I don't know who that was, Keck, I believe, made the stop.
Keck coming up, Charlie trying to cut back inside.
He's out on one side, let a linebacker cover the tight end.
11th play of the drive started at Murray County's own 42-yard line. They're down on a 9-yard line.
2nd down, and the ball is just inside the 8, or just inside the 9 rather. Here's Fowler, 3-step drop, fade route in the corner to Brown. He's got it! Did he catch it? Yes! Touchdown, Murray County. Brown tipped away and caught it for the touchdown in Murray County. A 9-yard touchdown pass from Blake Fowler to Calvin Brown.
Just ran the fade, lined up inside the head out, and Calvin making a heck of a...
Anderson's kick is on the way, and it is good. 8:22 to go in the game. Murray County 28, Northwest 14. We're back in 30 seconds. He is a very dangerous. Anderson's last kickoff went out of bounds. He's aiming towards the left. There's the whistle. Anderson will kick it off. Here's the kick. It's a high kick, going to go out of bounds again. So,
Anderson's kickoff goes out of bounds.
1st down for Northwest on 35.
Well, now the offense has put 2 touchdowns on the board. The defense has held North.
Edmondson, the tight end, will go out of the game. High backfield. In motion comes Crowder. Stevens, back to pass, fires out in the flats. This is Beeson, he's driven out, or Stewart, he's knocked down. Maybe a yard on, no gain. They're going to say no gain on the play. Little 2-step stop by Stewart.
Let me tell you about that play. A little out.
Long goes to the left. Out here to the right is Beeson. Crowder, slot to the left. Handed off to Knuckles. He's hit in the backfield, knocked down. Cody Haney knocked him down for a 2-yard loss. Great play by Cody Haney.
Just slanting in from the backside.
Ball back at the 28 or 33-yard line rather of Northwest. Big play. Northwest uses a timeout. Cold in line. Northwest 14. We're back in 30 seconds. Inability, Jerry, this is a situation you want their offense in a passing situation. Because Knuckles is so tough with the run, a passing situation, this is something they don't do a whole lot of during the game.
Well, they've not had to do it a whole lot during the season. I guess other than the overtime game that they had against Rome and their loss to Etowah the first opening of the season, I'm not sure they've been in a close game.
Long and Beeson to the right side. They tied in on the right. Here's pitch back to Knuckles. He looks.
Back to the corner.
And there Knuckles going to keep it. He's going to be knocked down back to the 28-yard line. That play was set up. Dotson made a heck of a play. He recognized the play.
The play was what Knuckles wanted to do was throw it back to the quarterback, Jonathan Cole.
A clip is going to be declined. It's going to be 4th down.
Outside of the line of scrimmage.
Just a good play. They stayed at home, Jerry. That was the key.
Assignment football.
Dunlap will do the punting back at his own 28-yard line. Van Hoos back at the 50. We'll just let this one go over his head. Dunlap. Foot in the football line, drive kick, a good kick, going to be hit at the 25, roll forward back to the 26-yard line, so Murray County will have it. 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard.
28-14.
Van Hoos wide to the left side. Thompson on set back behind Blake Fowler, wide out to the right. Fowler under center, going to keep it on the option. Tried to go to the corner, has some running room, 30, 35, cuts inside, 37-yard line. He is very close to a 1st down, maybe a 9-yard pickup.
Blake's going to run and use his speed. Of course, Murray County scored 23 points with 6 minutes to go last week. We can't let Northwest do that tonight.
Murray County's 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go. A big victory. Get it off to Thompson, right up the middle, 40, 45, 45-yard line, a 9-yard pickup. And, Jerry, that offensive line is just blowing them off the ball.
I'm going to tell you.
5:21 clock running, Murray County up by 14. In motion comes Floyd, right to left. Hand it off to Thompson. Thompson's hit at the line, fighting. He might have the 1st down. He's going to be very close to that 1st down.
I think he's going to be short by about a half a yard.
Just depends on the mark. We've had some strange ones here tonight. He got the right foot mark, so he might be short by right about a half a yard. Here in this 4th quarter, 3rd down a half yard. The ball at the 46-yard line. Fowler under center. In motion comes Floyd. Takes it, gives it to Thompson. Fowler keeps it on the option. He's going to have the 1st down to the 50. Breaks a tackle to the 48-yard line. Good job by Blake Fowler.
Got a good block to get outside. Mark Floyd with a block on the outside. And we see it because it is outside. And had good blocking by Wesley Davis, the left tackle.
Hit right as soon as Fowler faked to him on the option. So Fowler under center. Takes the snap, gives it to Thompson. Thompson right up the middle, 40, 35, Thompson, 30, 25, Thompson, 20, 15, and they say he stepped out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Dusty Thompson just found the hole right up the middle, cut it to the outside, Jerry, and gets down to the 17.
Well, a good play by Dusty. I missed some of it because I was watching Dominic Cook take let's go ahead and call it what it is, a cheap shot on Blake Fowler. Stuck a helmet right in the back and picks up a big 1st down, moves it down to the 18-yard line.
Another good block on the outside was by Shaun Reed. Fowler under center, 3:52 to go in the game. Murray at their Northwest 17. Hands it off to Thompson, going to the outside. He's going to be hemmed in, knocked down, maybe a 2-yard run by Thompson.
Stays in
hanging on the football.
Hanging on the football.
Van Hoos to the left side, one setback, and that's Thompson. Fowler back to pass looking, little fade route going for Van Hoos in the end zone. It is caught, touchdown, penalty marker down, penalty marker down.
Tried to interfere with him, couldn't interfere. He interfered with him.
Let's see.
Charlie still catches it.
Crowder, I believe, is going to be called for pass interference. Let's see what the official's going to call. It is, Murray County says touchdown. It is a touchdown for Murray County. A 15-yard pass from Fowler to Charlie Van Hoos. And Jerry, is that 4 touchdowns?
That's 4 touchdowns now from Blake Fowler in the air.
Good snap from center to kick this down. It is up and it is good. With 3:04 to go in the game, got a little skirmish going here after the play at the
touchdown pass of the night.
3:04 to go. Anderson will tee it up. His last 2 have sailed out of bounds, Jerry. I expect the same thing too. Here's the kickoff by Anderson. It's a high one. This one's going to be fielded by Crowder at the 25, 30, 35, 40. Crowder 40, and he is hit at the 48, 9-yard line. Pickle Simon again just came flying up and hit Crowder. And at the 44-yard line, Northwest Whitfield will have the football. Playing all out. I mean, they played all-out football tonight. Split to the right, or left side rather, is Knuckles, shotgun formation. They put 4 wideouts in the game. Cole back to pass, looks under some pressure, fires out in the flat. It is incomplete. Haney was crashing in on Jonathan Cole, and the throw was short to Knuckles and around the 45-yard line. Good play by Cody Haney.
Get the ball back, run this clock out.
2 wideouts right, 2 to the left. Cole in the shotgun, back to pass looking. Has plenty of time trying to go long to Knuckles. It is to Beeson, incomplete.
This went through his hands.
He was open, but it went right through his hands.
A little bit, but a big play again for the defense of Murray County. Try to get it back. 2 wideouts left, 2 to the right. Cole in the shotgun, 3rd and 10. Back to pass looks. Fires out in the flat, incomplete. Had Crowder breaking open at about the 48. He just overshot him, and it was defensively a good play. Could seal the game for him.
Same setup, to the left, to the right. Cole, 4th down and 10. Back to pass looks. Has Knuckles out in the flat. Knuckles breaks free, gets to the 45. To the 40 of Murray County, and that's the 1st down. Cole hit Knuckles, and that's about a 16, 2:18 to go. Clock will run. Here's Cole, back to pass looks, across the middle, tipped it, almost intercepted, incomplete. Beeson let it go off his hand and incomplete. 8 to go, 35-14. Cofield in the game, he will slot to the left. Here's Cole, back to pass, ball's tipped at the line, intercepted by Chase Pritchett. John Hall, John Hall. John Hall, I thought it was Pritchett. I saw number 8 go in, but John Hall comes in and intercepts the pass, and this one is just about over.
John Hall at Gordon Central bats the ball up in the air and makes the interception, 35-14. Murray County just needs to run the clock. Northwest with 2 timeouts to go remaining.
Fowler under center. Takes it, gives it off to Brown. Brown hit the line, hanging on to the football, going down to the 48, 49-yard line. Brown picks up a couple on the play.
But we're going after Linder. And they got Napier too, with the ice bucket.
1:15 clock running.
Well, after this play, I'll tell you.
High backfield, here's Fowler. Takes it, takes a knee, gets into that. So Blake Fowler loses a couple of yards on the play. He doesn't care. But it'll bring up a 3rd and 10, and Northwest will use a timeout. We'll keep it here, 59 seconds.
And they end up losing. And after that game, you know, the coaches and the players, they put their heads together and said, look, if we just win out, we can win the region. And we're going to defeat Northwest tonight. So next week we got to go up to Ridgeland, and we've had some problems up there the last 2 trips up there.
Our hats off to Northwest Whitfield. They have a good team, Jerry. They came in here, Knuckles, we knew he was a threat, but the loss of Jerome Key really hurt Northwest defensively, I'm thinking. Plus Murray County's offense really took it to Northwest in the second half. 3rd down and 10. Fowler under center. Northwest with 1 timeout. Sure they'll use it here. Fake, Fowler back to pass, looking, going long, trying to hit Reed. It is going to be incomplete, and the penalty marker down. Crowder again. It's going to be called for pass interference. That was obvious. So Crowder's going to be called for pass interference.
Just comes out and throws it a long pass down the left side, and Crowder
37, let's call it 7. So Fowler, this will be the victory 2-yard loss right here. Maybe 2-yard loss, so Fowler will lose 2 more. And Northwest will use their last timeout.
Got to go to Ridgeland next week. And then you come back home in 2 weeks and you play Southeast.
And Northwest and Murray County and Northwest, both teams have realized something. You beat Dalton, that does not make your season.
Well, you know,
that's 11. That's relevant at this moment. They're in the victory formation now.
That's Coach Napier's favorite offensive set.
Fowler takes it and takes another yard loss. And there'll be probably 1 more play, Jerry, and that should do it right there. Over Northwest Whitfield. Northwest,
then we'll make some comments.
15 seconds, clock running. Fowler takes the snap, and that'll do it. 10 seconds. Win the football game, Murray County 35-14, and they are on top of the region. The Murray County Indians are #1 in the region with 2 games to play. The final, Murray 35, Northwest Whitfield 14. We're back in 2 minutes. What was you going to say?